What on, family? It's your boy SNTV. Back at y'all with another Chiraq Street Legends. And this episode is going to be about none other than Mad Maxx, aka C Money. Now, this is one of the most requested videos. In my 5 months of blogging, this is one of the most requested videos. I felt as though, it's already a couple of stories out there about Mad Maxx, so I really wasn't in no hurry. But actually, Mad Maxx's story is a very legendary story, and it's like another one of those weird situations that happens in Chicago on a daily basis that we never hear about. The only reason why Mad Maxx's story got so much publicity is because of his link with G Herbo. Mad Maxx comes from that NLMB set, No Limit Muskegon Boys, 79th and Essex. Now, the No Limits are basically Renegade Stones, and the Muskegon Boys are basically GDs. Mad Maxx was a part of the No Limits, the Stones. Okay, so No Limbs, they beef with KTS, Lakeside, and Black Mob. Those sets are pretty much clicked up as well. Now, I'm gonna just start this off by saying that No Limit Mad Maxx, he has a very peculiar story. It's crazy because, he was linked with G Herbo, and he was coming up with G Herbo around the time when G Herbo was like getting hot, like when he first was getting hot. So this was a big loss, as well as Capo. I think Capo may have been a bigger loss, considering the fact that Capo was actually a rapper, but Mad Maxx was actually the muscle. He has a brother that goes by the name of Mally, who also has a street reputation. He has another brother who goes by the name of Mainsky that also has a street reputation. So as you can see, dealing with NLMB Mad Maxx, it's like, it was in his blood. Mad Maxx was doing a lot of shit. And then when you think about it, if you look at some of the people that Mad Maxx and his squad was out there warring against, you had people like Cutto Vaughn, you had people like Pasto, you had people like KTS Dre. You had some real go-getters out there that was really coming to do that to you. You see what I'm saying? So you really couldn't play, especially out at the streets around that time, because there was a lot of guys that was bloodthirsty, that was looking to do something to you at that time. Okay, so Maxx is like this legendary figure in NLMB even before he died. This dude had put in so much work, but not only him, his family had done so much for NLMB to the point to where, they pretty much like legends. My thing with NLMB Mad Maxx, I have never killed anybody. But if I did, I would definitely be leery. I would definitely be mindful about where I go, or maybe even if I left out the house without a pistol. I'm like that damn near now. And I've never killed nobody. So I could only imagine if I had took out 3, 4, 5, 6 motherfuckers, what I would be walking around with. You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy. I don't understand how these killers get caught butt naked. No pistol, no gun. You done did all of this killing, but you have no gun, you have nothing to protect you. And I think that's what caused him to die. He didn't have his gun on him. And the guy actually ran him down, allegedly. Dealing with his death, Mad Maxx got shot on 76 in Kingston. After he gets shot, he dies a month later in the hospital, but before he dies, he gives a video documented statement before he dies. Tells the police exactly who shot him, allegedly. So the police, they go get the dude. They, they grab him, and when they grab him, somehow they supposedly got the murder weapon. So that's what the papers are saying, and that's what the police are saying, and that's what the internet is saying, and everybody.
He's down in the gangway at that location. Someone tried to rival, nothing further. He's awake and breathing. He's on 8 radio clear.
We're at 76 in exchange. We might found the shooter. We got a weapon recovered. We got a person over here. 70.
Alright, 75 in exchange, 10-4, 463 Eddie. Alright, stand by. Units QC air clear for 76 and Kingston 76 in exchange. 463 Eddie has a possible weapon recovered at 75 in exchange. The possible shooter from 7626 South Kingston. I need a cage car.
It's like this. A lot of people say NLMB Mad Maxx is a rat. And if we want to go by the definition of what a rat is, before he died, that's what he did. He ratted. He told on the opposition, you know what I'm saying? He told the police who killed him. Most of us have never been in that position. Most of us have never been on our deathbeds about to die with the opportunity to tell our friends who our killers are. So a lot of us die, and in our actuality, a lot of times who our friends end up, you know, getting back on, that don't necessarily be the person who killed us. This happens all the time. But with Mad Maxx allegedly identified his killer before he died. It's a crazy situation. Definitely not one that I would want to be in. It's definitely not one that I would want to see anybody close to me in. But I'm going to say it like this. The decisions that we make in a situation like that will come down to the type of life we've lived and the type of person that we are. You see what I'm saying? If you are in the streets, you supposed to go ahead and just give it up right there. Yeah, tell your partners. He was in the hospital for a month. I would have told my partners, but I still wouldn't have snitched, because then too, what if I would have lived? Now, I can only say that from a clear man's mind, from a clear man's standpoint. What I can't speak on is me being in the hospital, shot, heavily sedated. I could possibly say anything, you know, not to try to take up for what, you know, Mad Maxx said, but maybe that was the case. It's very possible. I know if he was shot, I broke my kneecap. I shattered my kneecap completely. And it was so much pain to the point to where I had to continue to pump morphine in me just to even sleep. So if he was in there shot multiple times, he was in pain. And he could have possibly felt himself dying. In a way you look at it, you like, okay, if this is true and he really did this, then this kind of takes away everything he's done in the streets. And then you look at it like, well, he wasn't gonna be alive to, you know what I'm saying? He was dying. You know what I'm saying? So fuck it. You know? So it's a lot of different ways that you can look at it. My opinion is people need to try to disassociate themselves from those type of situations anyway. I felt as though G Herbo and Bibby was getting too much money for Mad Maxx to still be in the hood, for the ops to even have an opportunity to kill him. I'm not blaming it on G Herbo or Lil Bibby. I'm just saying, you know, he shouldn't have been there. Just like I've always said about Can't Get Right. He shouldn't have been there in the first place. Whether it was his choice to be there or whoever choice. In my opinion. I can't speak on no grown men. But what I do know, we gotta watch the things that we do, because karma is real. Karma is definitely real. And if we don't watch what we do out here, when it come back to bite us, and it may not come back how we think it's gonna come back. It may come back tenfold, or it may come back in a certain, you know, different type of way that may hurt you worse, through your family or something. But when it comes, it comes. So we gotta watch how we treat people. We gotta watch, you know, the type of decisions we make, because at the end of the day, it's all about decision making, y'all. One bad decision can have you locked up for the rest of your life, or either dead in a pine box. Always think, if you in them streets, always keep a gun. I don't give a fuck. Police, lock me up. Fuck that, I got my strap. Y'all catch me with it, y'all catch me. Simple. It's a lot of sad situations like this. 2 lives lost at once. And even, you know, more than that if we consider the people who Mad Maxx took out before he died. And I'm going to say this again, like I always say. It's nothing but a repetitive cycle that continues to happen to black people. I don't know if the Willie Lynch syndrome is real, but I damn sure know that whatever was set in place, they set it in place with us, because we hate each other. We definitely hate each other. But that's why we got the SNTV gang here now, man, so we can all show each other some love. It's your boy SNTV. I'm out.